Welcome to Mission 9 of the Big Show campaign. This mission is called an unsavory incident, and it is based on events described in a chapter of the same name in Pierre Klosterman's book. The mission is an escort mission. We are escorting B-17s to Rouen at 22,000 feet, and we have the slipper tank. Hurrah! Here is the map. We're flying out on 160, then a change to 150 to the initial point, and then run into the target and turning left for home. It looks like we're RVing with the bombers just off the French coast. So we've actually got a long climb out across the channel before we meet the bombers, and then we escort them in just on their bomb run. So not a terribly complicated escort job for us today. Let's jump into the mission and have a fly. Alright, let's jump in and do a bit of trimming here and just get the aircraft set up. There's soldiers and jeeps and whatnot tootling about. Brakes are on, a little bit of throttle here. That'll do, I think. And let's go through the switches.
All clear! Switches on!
Okay, a bit of priming. Good. Brakes are on. Just double checking. Okay, gun sight on. I'll just lift the seat up a little. And we'll get the radio on. Channel Bravo to begin with. Got to remember to switch to the external tank once I'm airborne.
Infield 1-1. Request startup.
Okay, I've already started. Don't really need to go through this ATC business.
Cleared for startup. Wind 215 at 5 meters per second. Infield
Just gonna set my altimeter.
Request taxi to runway.
Okay. Let's just move off the stand here.
Infield 1-1. Cleared to taxi to runway 23.
Should have the AI following behind me. The ones that want to. Got to do it almost a 180 degree or 360 here. We're going through about 270 degrees of turn to get to the runway, which is here. You can see I've got wingman over the other side there. Running up already. This dude is taxiing. I better get airborne just so he doesn't taxi right out onto the runway there and get in my way. I think he might be about to. Okay. I'd really love it if the built-in ATC voices and stuff were actually period voices. Okay, gear up. Confirming flaps are up. And now we switch to channel Charlie. And got to get that tank sorted out very soon here. Once I'm stable. I don't want to do it. Have to look down at the cockpit while I'm still unstable. Okay, external tank is now on. Now just got to turn the main tank off. Done. Good, we are now drawing from the reserve, or the external rather, not the reserve. And let's trim. We'll go into a left-hand turn. 2600 and about 4 pounds boost. I'll put my lights on just for a few minutes here until the chaps are up. To the pretty English countryside. Bit more trim here. Thought I was about out of trim there, just felt a bit weird. Oof. Right, I really need to kick that rudder over. There we go. Okay, I can see aircraft climbing out over here. So 160 was my initial heading, so I'm going to be turning right in just a moment. Let's make the right turn now. That's 160, we'll roll out there. Close the canopy. Check in the mirror. Don't see the chaps yet. They'll be a bit further back, but they'll catch up. And off we go on our journey to France, climbing for 22,000 feet. Looking for the RV just shy of the French coast.
Hello, Max Leader. Canway caller. The bombers are already at the rendezvous point. Hurry up. Over.
Hello, Canway. Max answering. Roger, we're at Angels 22, 5 minutes from the coastline. Over.
Well, there you go. I don't need to explain where we are and what we're doing. You've just heard it all from the radio. The bombers have apparently arrived at the RV. We are Angels 22, which is correct, give or take 200 feet. So we're bang on altitude, and we are still on 160. You can see there, the clan. We should be seeing our B-17s very soon. 5 minutes from the French coast is about right, because that is the French coast up there. So I'm looking for our friends, the 4-engine heavies. We may start weaving a little bit here. And when I say we may, I mean I'm going to start weaving. Because I'm very interested to get sight of the B-17s. Contacts behind Long is another section of escort fighters. There's 4 of them. I believe they're escort fighters back there. They look like Spitfires. I'm going to weave left and right of our required heading. Until we catch sight of the heavies, the fortresses. Just got to keep these turns nice and gentle so that the wingmen don't. There we go. Eyes on. Now that looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 squadrons of bombers. 12 in each group, or 9 in each group. I think it's 12 for these. So we're talking about 80 aircraft over here. 80 B-17s, escorted by a brave pack of 12 Spits. Now, frame rates are probably going to take a little bit of a hit up here. I'll keep an eye on them until a few aircraft get knocked out of the sky. it could get a bit framey. Although, it's doing alright. Let's just bring up the old... Oh, 105 frames per second. Okay. It's doing absolutely fine at the minute. It is jumping around a bit though. As long as it stays above about 50, then I'll be fine. Right, taking up position now. Hello, chaps. Your little friends have arrived. There's flak already firing in amongst the bombers. You can see flak burst below and behind. The flak is still just trying to find its altitude, it seems. Raise those up by about 1,000 feet and they should be bursting right amongst the bombers. And now they're bursting high. Split the difference, flak gunners. That is truly a massive formation. I'm really tempted to go and fly through it just to show you how cool it is, but I don't think we will. We'll stick to our task rather than doing show-off maneuvers. But they look fantastic. Say what you like about DCS World War II, but when this sort of thing happens, it is very impressive. Okay. I noticed they're all wearing the same skin though. I mean, they're probably all from the same group, but they're going to be from different squadrons. I just wonder whether it's might possibly be nice if one or two of those units had a different skin. Oh no, they do have different skins. What have we got there? Silver fuselage with a red tail. Silver fuselage with a yellow tail. Okay. No, Reflected has done a fine job. He has allocated different skins to the different squadrons. The ones on the far left have got the red tailplane. The ones on the right have a yellow tailplane. Frames are sitting on 90 now, so that's with, I'm not going to count them, but I'm guessing 70 to 80 bombers, maybe 70, 60, and flak burst and clouds, plus all my Spitfires here and their contrails, which I didn't realise we were contrailing, but we are. So all of that put together, and I'm still getting, and there's the wonderful DCS cloud flicker. It only happens when I zoom out to about there. So as long as I keep... Oh, maybe not. No, it's going to happen. It's a real shame that that happens. Very distracting. It's going to be time, I think, very soon to ditch the reserve. But I think I'm going to run until the reserve tank runs out. Fly across the back of the bombers now. Gonna keep the boost below 4 pounds. Airspeed's sitting on 200, which is fine. Ah, that cloud flicking.
Bloody Americans and their suicide daylight bombing raids. So Jacques, is it true they destroyed your uncle's factory near Paris? Yes. 2 weeks ago. Putain d'Américain.
Oh goodness.
Served him well.
Not sure if we should be having that sort of radio chatter en route, but oh well. Got the South African accent, which we heard in the previous mission, again, and the response, the nice French accent as well. The voice acting's pretty good in this. Reflected's gone and got some people to do some voice recording. Those little transmissions are part of that. Now we've got Rouen coming up. We're on the river now. I can see the wobbly bits. So we're not terribly far from the bomb point. It looks like the bombers have started their left turn. Beautiful stream of contrails filling the sky here. Ugly, ugly shadows on those clouds, destroying the scenery at the same time. I'm pretty sure that up by the lake there, that is Rouen, but I can't be sure. I might check the map actually. I don't think there was a briefing photo, or is it up there? Oh yeah, there we go. There's already fires. That's Rouen. City's already on fire. So this is April 1944 apparently. We're only a month out from the invasion here. I've got bombers doing some pretty scary turns back here. I am worried we're going to see a collision or two. They've just made a slight course adjustment, and I'm very concerned that one or two of them are going to collide. Right, I've got a good view of the city now. And the bombers strung out and stacked up. Still running on that external tank. It's done really well. We will drop the tank, I think, as the bombers drop their bombs. Flak has still not managed to bring any of them down. They're all intact still. Frame rates are now in the mid 50s and 60s, and I think that's because of all the smoke down here as well. Oh. I think if you've got an older PC, there is an option to reduce the amount of AI in the mission, which you can select at mission start, and basically it would despawn some of the AI aircraft in the mission. Is that a flak burst over there, or is that an aircraft? I think it was a flak burst. I saw a black dot that was moving, but I think it was a... Oh, hello. Looks like the flak's looking at us now too. Right, we must be about to go bombs. Oh yeah, there we go. They're dropping now. There's a sudden Oh, wow. Sudden massive loss in frame rate. 22 frames per second. Those bombs are actually objects that are being tracked as well. So until they hit the ground, there's going to be a low frame rate. So this is going to persist for a minute or so. Alright, it's time for us to ditch our tanks as well. So I'm going to change fuel. Jettison. Oh, the old one. Should have jettisoned. I should have changed opened the fuel cock. There we go. You can see. Oh, wow. That flicking there.
You American sons of bitches. You immoral bastards. You've got no feelings at all.
See that flicking? That's from all the smoke being generated by those bombs. It's basically just killing my GPU. So we're going to get out of here. And that's what I think this flicking is on the normal clouds as well. I think it's all associated with the same kind of thing. Let's get out of here. Let's at least get out of this area where the low FPS is. The bombers are now turning. And it's a bit messy, but so far they are surviving. There we go, looking back at Ruin now, you can see it. It is ruined. Look at all that smoke and fire. It's insane. That's all generated because of the bombs as well. That's not some kind of scripted map-placed smoke. All the dark stuff is anyway. That's all actually been generated by the bomb drops themselves, where they've hit specific buildings. It's all residential stuff down there too, so this was a bit of a terror raid. There, we've got parachutes. Our first B-17's gone down. And now we can see the different skins as well. We've got some green ones and red ones, red-tailed ones. The yellow, I'm sure I saw some yellow tails at some point. Maybe I didn't. Maybe that was just...
Hello, Max Leader. Kenway calling. 15 plus bandits over Abbeville and Angels 12 climbing west.
So it's Abbeville again.
Hello, Kenway. This is Max Leader. Roger. 15 plus over Abbeville. Max aircraft. Keep your head on a swivel.
Okay. Guns to armed. Now, if we meet the German fighters up here, it's going to be a slideshow, I think. We really need to get away from Rouen. Oh, is that another B-17 going down? No, he's just wobbling around in formation there. So far they've done pretty well. I'm not sure if that one that went down before was from a collision or from flak. Waiting for these 109s from Abbeville. This turn is taking forever. Come on, B-17s, get out of here. Oh, let's start looking to the east, because it said the fighters were turning west, or were flying west. So I think we're going to see them, well, we should see them popping in that direction. You can see we're right at the edge of the Normandy map here. Frame rates are back in the 90s now, so that's recovered for the most part. I'd really like to get well away from Rouen. And I'm going to stay on the bomber's eastern side as well, in the hope that we can get to these fighters if they arrive. It is certainly a large bomber stream, and much more strung out now than they were on their way in. Hopefully my wingman will also not run out of fuel. I'm going to take us up slowly. Context, 12 o'clock. That's got to be them. Right, let's get up a bit of airspeed here. Good. They are diving. Looks like they're going to go for almost a head-on on the bombers. Let's tell everyone to engage.
Bandits, 12 o'clock high. Max aircraft. Max aircraft. Engage bandits.
Okay, let's swing in on these guys here.
Engaging bandits.
They're going after the bombers. I'm going to single out this one. Top section of enemy fighters is moving in to try and intercept us. I'm going to try and get on this guy. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Okay. It took some fire from the B-17s. Got him a couple of times on his wing. No, more deflection. Phil, come on. Gain on the wing. Okay, I've got this bugger here. He's still flying. Oh, he is still flying well. I'm unstable. He's trying to catch up on the B-17s. They're going to nail him here. Okay, I'm breaking off this guy. Come on, guys, get involved. Flight. Engage. Bandits is F8. God, that's a long way down the keyboard. Okay, now they're engaging. Alright. Let's turn back in. We've got all sorts of fire coming from those B-17s. They are going to nail anything that gets near them. Okay, I've got one trying to saddle up here. Frame rate 30 frames per second. Okay, this one's taken a few hits. I think I can single him out now. Yep, I can. Let's go. Oh, he's just a sucker for punishment, this guy. Look at that. Straight through the bomber formation.
There goes a 109.
Don't shoot him, mate.
Oh, this guy's quick. These are the 109s. Way too fast for a Spitfire. Okay, I'm all over this guy though. I just gotta wait for him to slow down or make a mistake or turn too sharp. There it is. He's just turned a little bit too heavy there for that airplane. Follow him around. Can't gain on him here. I'm just nursing my engine just a fraction. That's it. Keep turning, fella. Okay, we've got him. We've got him, we've got him, we've got him. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Slow down. Ta-ra, ta-ra. Get the nose down. Alright, there he's burning. Ah, come on, get the nose down. What is that?
Max yellow 3 break.
Spitfire. Alright. That's a friendly. I think that's actually my wingman up there. I'm well below the bombers now. And they are well out to sea.
Oh, I'm hit. I can't see a bloody thing. Ah!
Okay.
Come on, Yellow 3, bail out. Bail out, for Christ's sake.
Some of the radio chatter in the combat is quite funny in this mission. This is good. I like hearing a bit of this chit-chat. Okay, I've got, I think, a clear 6. I've got parachutes sort of slowly winging their way past me occasionally. There's my wingman. I think I can call for everyone to rejoin now. That's what I'm going to do. Flight. Rejoin.
Flight, join up.
And I'm also going to send out a message to the entire squadron to rejoin.
Max aircraft, rejoin.
Roger. Rejoining formation.
Okay. So I'm calling everyone back in. We'll reduce the boost pressure because we need to get back without running out of fuel. I'm not seeing any aerial contacts now, so that fight appears to be over. So damaged one and destroyed another. Not a bad little outing. Bombers are largely intact as well. And no other fighters in the area. Looks like we've pushed those 109s away. At least one wingman's still with me. That's good news. Just gonna make a turn so I can check if there's any more. Definitely an empty sky. Back to 4 pounds boost. Gently make our way back to the bombers. So I thought that since we're on the way home, I might as well do a fly through of the B-17 formation just so we can see how amazing it is up close. Just got to be careful where my wingman is. He's got plenty of room on the right, so I'm just going to make sure there's a gap to my right. So here we are, inside the B-17's formation. What a sight. I should not be here. This is very naughty. Let's just call it super close escort. Make sure there's a gap for my wingman to get underneath that bomber. You know, the lead bombers out the front there. My wingman's actually kind of slipped into line astern for that. That was quite tidy flying. Well done. Yeah, bingo fuel, that's fine because we're well on our way home already. So, we'll probably depart now the bomber formation and vector for our home airfield. We have descended down below the cloud now. On our return, there is home field. I'm going to tell the rest of the squadron to RTB.
Let's go home.
And I'm also going to tell my entire flight to RTB as well.
Flight, RTB.
Okay, everyone's sort of vectoring towards the field now. Once we get down over the field, I'll switch to channel Bravo, which will then give me comms to land. Nobody's damaged, so I don't need to wait for any injured gazelles to find safety. And I'll just do a quick fuel check here. Okay, I'm not even on the reserve yet, so I'm actually just going to gun it in a big power dive here. Pull away from my wingman. I want to get down well in advance of them. Now we took off on 05, so if I head this way, I can hopefully line up. On the correct runway. Gonna aim for that strange shaped forest there.
Hello Kenway, Max calling, checking out, returning to base.
So, changing now to channel Bravo
Hello, Max. Kenway answering. Roger. Out.
and ATC, Chile inbound.
Field 1-1 inbound. Field 1-1. Flying 334. Port 14. QSE 28.80. Runway 17. To pattern altitude.
Runway 17. Oh, that's interesting. That means the wind has done a complete 180.
Field 1-1. Clear for visual. Contact tower.
So which way is the wind blowing? They want me to land on 17. I'm actually going to overfly the field. Lights on. Might as well open up the canopy now. There's a nice pretty view. Just edging the RPM up a bit. Yeah, it definitely feels like the wind is blowing from my left. I'm just going to point in a straight line, trimmed, and you can see my nose is tracking from left to right. That is the wind doing that. And it's quite strong. There's a windsock over there which shows, oh, only about 4 or 5 knots maybe. It certainly feels a lot stronger than the wind is showing. There's my very light. So we're going to turn right here and we are going to set up for 17. That's 17 there, where my left wingtip is. I'm going to do a very naughty right hand turn and then line up. Full fine pitch, so I'm not even observing any normal airfield circuit here. Very improvised approach. .140 gear, flaps, bit of power on. All right. Now I think the wind is straight down the runway. Gear light down, flaps shows down. Flap indicators, yes. Too fast, slow down. This feels rough. This does not feel like a good approach. Okay, we're down. Now there's a lot of trees over here. I don't really want to exit the runway right. Taxi to parking area, me. And we're off. Runway is clear. Another sortie in the big show campaign complete. We'll just get ourselves on this little parking stand here. It's probably the first time I've actually parked this aeroplane after a sortie properly. And the flaps are already in the up position. Let's shut this bad boy down. Nice. What are the scores? George Dawes. So there we have it. 12 enemy aircraft shot down. I did get one of them. Good news. And I think I damaged 2, but looking through this is always too complicated. And the time available. So there we go. Another mission complete. That's mission 9. We have now got through April 1944. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you for the next one.